Got vision and destiny. At elemental, that's chemistry. All those heroes, that's infinity. It's endgame.
Yugi peoples, welcome to the discussion video / 1300 subscriber getaway. Alright, so I want to start off by saying congrats to our big name hero players who all made day 2 at the NAWCQ. Nathan, Blake, Kyle, and Zachary. Great job to all y'all. Nathan, even bigger congrats to you for making it into top 32, bro. Great job, great pilot, all around nice guy. I got to talk to him before I ended up having to leave, but yeah, I got to go back to work today, so I had to leave Sunday night, which is all good. So I wasn't able to get a deck profile from any of the other hero players or anything, but D-Time got it, and I know a couple other people got it. So yeah, big congrats to Nathan. One of the things I did watch the deck profile. One of the things I was like most impressed about was people already complain about our floodgates, the Dark Law, Plasma, Dark Angel, but then he found a way to add even more floodgates to it, so now they can complain about goals and match and rivalry to it. It's just like, usually it's like those trap decks like Labyrinth that fully utilize floodgates and stuff like that, but now as heroes it looks like we can do the same thing too. So yeah, shout out to him on that, and then shout out to him also for the one crosskeeper inclusion. I was just like, Rhoda, and then sometimes you hard draw it, but then he also saw that what is the Foolish Burial, which is a card that sometimes we use inside of heroes. Is also good for go ahead and dropping that crosskeeper off in there to go ahead and get that extra draw. Like he said, drawing 4 cards to try to go ahead and get to that goals and all that rivalry. So yeah, big shout out to him. I really like his deck. It has some innovation and stuff to it, and I like to see that, bro. You did a good job. You're a great pilot. You did it. You put heroes out there. So now, maybe when these people do these tier lists and stuff, like now maybe they'll at least include heroes on there, because we haven't been on nobody tier list for a minute. So yeah, then yeah, shout out to everybody that I met, everybody who wanted to take a picture with me, everybody who had me sign something for, I appreciate all y'all, man. It's y'all who make it worth it, and I'm glad that I can show y'all a thing or two and that y'all are learning, through my experience as well. Appreciate all y'all, because y'all make all this worth, doing and going. And then, let's go ahead and do the 1300 sub giveaway thing, because I know some people probably just came for that. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna give out this Potts playmat by Piano. I can't never say that. Piano Megamats. So you will get this playmat right here that features like all the pots on there. Some of them are from what's that game? From Speed Duel? No, not Speed Duel. What's the other? Rush Duel. Some of them are from Rush Duel if you don't recognize them. But yeah, of course you got the most popular ones on there: Pot of Greed, Pot of Prosperity, Pot of Avarice, Pot of Extravagance. And then on top of that, you will also get this Pot of Greed token to go with the playmat, as well as the 15 of the Elemental Hero Neo's custom sleeves. These are the oversized sleeves. Typically I use them whenever I play Neo, so I use them on my deck, but I have like plenty of extras because it came with 100. So you will get 15 of those, and like I even, as you can see, I have my token off inside of there as well, because like they like to nib us a lot, so this is I use my own nib token. I don't want your nib token. But yeah, so we got that on there, and yeah, all you have to do is like, comment, make sure you're subscribed so you can get the notifications, turn on the notifications, that way you know if you win. And yeah, our first place winner, whoever wins it, will win those 3 items right there. We'll go ahead and see. Can I get all 3 of them up on the one time? So yep, this is, maybe if I hold it like this. Boom. Yep, this is what you'll be getting. Oh shoot, that was upside down. My bad. Let's do it like this. Boom. Nice screenshot. So yeah, then we'll talk about my experience at the NAWCQ. Unfortunately, as y'all know, I didn't make day 2. Didn't do well. I did end up playing Fusion Destiny inside of my deck. I did try running heroes without it, But at the end of the day, when you get hand trapped and stuff, Fusion Destiny is there to, save the day. And when I cut Fusion Destiny, I'd also cut Plasma. So now that I decided to put Fusion Destiny back in, I did put Plasma back off in there. And, it's just unfortunate that I didn't get, like, I guess, like, my matchups and crazy in like the first couple rounds. I ended up playing against rogue decks. I played like Mana Dome and what is it? I played against Mana Dome, like, and I know that like Bestial Control is like a might be kind of like a a meta type deck, but I played against Bestial Synchro and stuff like that, and yeah, it was just you could tell they were experienced and knew what they were doing, because a lot of times when people bestial you, they end up hitting Mally, which I don't think is necessarily like the best choice when Denier is also around. And that if I'm trying to make DPE and do all my stuff, that eventually Denier is going to hit that grave. And so yeah, they were smart enough to actually hit my Denier on there. And it's like one time, like, it's just rough when you're trying to do it and stuff, because especially when it's Magnemut, because then it's like they hit the Denier, and then if DPE was inside the grave, they're searching the Druid's Worm on the end phase, and they're banishing the DPE too, and then you have Druid's Worm out there too, and it's like an easy way for them to out Plasma, because once he goes to the graveyard, that happens. And yeah, it's just it was not a good start off for me, and just like towards the end and later in the rounds and stuff, I just wasn't able to keep it going. So unfortunately, we did not make day 2, but I ran a more generic style hero deck. Yeah, I did, like I said, I put back in Fusion Destiny, Plasma. I did decide to main deck 3 Drolls, which were like pretty clutch in a lot of my matchups. They kind of held my opponent back while I was able to do a little bit more. But in the end, as the game goes longer and on, and they have bestials, and you're constantly, adding stuff off of Magnemut, adding other bestials and stuff, it made it like really, really tough to win. So, it is what it is, though. I guess I could say one thing: I never got shifted because I didn't play against Kashtira or Flunderies, so I guess that's a high point of it. I didn't end up like really playing in any side events or anything, like. And I planned on doing that, like when I went back on day 2, I planned on playing it, but unfortunately, like me, I packed like really, really bad, and I had this big old duffel bag with me on top of like my personal item bag, and it just made like walking around and carrying stuff and all that difficult. So I didn't even end up playing. I ended up just like watching, going around, talking to different people and stuff. So shout out to all the different people that I met and had discussions and conversations with. That was really cool. And then I did enter in one Winamat, but like the wait was like almost 2 hours or something like that. And so like by the time they called it, I didn't even want to play no more. So I didn't do that. I did get to play in the tag duel with I'm gonna think of his name in a second. This is really bad because I like hung out with him most of day 1. Yeah, Trinity Wolf. Yeah, okay. So I hung out like a lot with Trinity Wolf and stuff. We hung out quite a bit, and we did play in a tag duel together, both using heroes and stuff. And unfortunately, we played against a team of people who had already had won like some of the tag duel competitions and stuff. And his deck, he was playing a branded deck, and it was kind of built for this. It's just like Quim and what was the other card? It was like Quim, I think. Yeah, Quim and Albaz just like put in work like against us. Like we couldn't keep anything out on the board because as soon as we got something out there, he was fusing, using his cards to fuse with our cards. And yeah, it was just a bad time and everything and stuff. But it was cool, getting to play in a tag duel. I think like one of the things that made it real tough was like the judges didn't know the rules, and so listening to the other players and stuff, like there was one point where he had Cosmos, he played the Cosmos Neos build, and what we decided to do is that I would be A and he would be B, because whoever goes 4th is like the first person to get to attack. And so we figured that it would be better to skip that person's turn and leave their board open. That way, when it comes back to my turn, I can actually have the first attack and like be able to go in. But the other team said that the Cosmos Neos only affected one player. So even though, you know, we Cosmos Neos her, the other dude was still able to continue playing and doing stuff, and that's where like the Quim fusing and all that stuff came in and everything. You know, like talk to somebody later on, they said that it affects both players, and I don't know, man. It was crazy because, like, you know, I thought we were there was a lot of stuff like they really need to release like some official tag rules. Like there are some that they have like a FAQ and stuff, but it didn't include like different things like that. So we know exactly how all that stuff was supposed to work. Because like you know we were trying to use each other's mallees in the graveyard and just like do different things. But yeah, so but that was still fun. It was cool talking to him. Shout out to Trinity Wolf. You know, y'all check him out, his channel and stuff, everything. Also another Yugi hero tuber that I hung out with, Luna Ray. I want to say it's Luna Ray Nightingale on there. Y'all see her post inside the group a lot. Also has a YouTube channel. Y'all go and subscribe. Met D-Time again. You know, we saw each other last year, saw each other this year. You know, shout out to him. You know, and like I said, just like everybody in the hero community, I think we got like one of the best non-toxic, you know, communities out there. You'd hardly ever see like people fighting and, you know, getting into stuff over here and everything. But yeah, and then, you know, just like the number of hero players that, you know, that were there, you know, surrounded around Nathan and, you know, shouting, you know, giving support to him and stuff, you know, I love it. Because I think, like, you know, for everybody else who, you know, all these cash players and stuff like that, you know, the only people that are cheering them on are, you know, not fellow cash tier players and stuff like that, but it's only like pretty much their teammates and their friends. But, you know, for the hero community, you know, if one hero makes it, you know, we all there to support that hero player, whether he's on our team or, you know, or not. So, you know, that was really great to see. So, you know, shout out to everybody out there in the hero community. Y'all make, you know, being a hero YouTuber like really, really worth it. And yeah, so this the giveaway will end. We'll go ahead and run it for a week. So next Monday, please make sure you like, subscribe, comment. It doesn't have to be nothing specific on your comment or anything like that. But yeah, appreciate y'all for staying a while to listen, and I will catch y'all on the next video.
My wingman, he come through, he level up, he go cool, he shining out and popping to over 9K, that's a breakthrough. We on top now, here's a look at all